y'all? It's J Rhymes here, back at it again with another video. Before we get started with this video, can you please like, comment, and subscribe? That would mean a lot to me. Before we get started with this video, I just wanted to say, if you haven't watched my previous video, please go watch it. I actually had to watch that video over again because I did not know what I was saying in the video or what I was doing. Perhaps you guys already know if you have watched it. If you haven't, then you can go see it for yourself. But basically, it was when I found out what I posted, it was kind of surreal because obviously you guys know it was Ryan, and something that I never thought I'd actually expose or share in that way. But I guess when you have no control, you have no control. But if you guys haven't tried Nantucket Nectars, go try it, bro. It's fucking amazing. Get some vitamin C in your system. It's really good for you. Anything with vitamin C, pineapples, oranges, lemons are all good to keep your immune system up. But anyway, basically what I want to talk about in this video is just being open 100%. I actually got a message on my Instagram. If you're watching this right now, thank you for the message. I forgot whose name it was. Tag it in the description. But they sent me a nice message after they watched my video, and they basically just said that they admire how strong I am for being able to be myself and share experiences and stuff like that. And I really appreciate the feedback, and thank you for DMing me privately so I could actually see it. It really means a lot because sometimes I think I'm like making these videos and like nobody's watching and nobody's answering and nobody's even understanding what I'm saying. Sometimes I just feel like when you get a comment like that, you feel like you're really appreciated in what you're doing and stuff like that. And it's so weird because there's people in this world that appreciate you more than the people that are actually around you 24/7. So it's kind of crazy to think about it like that. But thank you for whoever's watching. If you sent me that email, not email, but that text on my DM, thank you. So I just wanted to be open because I feel like I've always had stigma, more in my family than anything, about who I am and where everything comes from. My mom called me after the video, and I was kind of confused at first because I was like, what's wrong, And she was basically saying, are you okay? Or like, why is this happening? Blah, blah, blah. And I've been dealing with it for such a long time. But when you have D.I.D, your alters, your personalities have to be comfortable with exposing themselves, if that makes sense. Like, they don't just come out for no one. They need to feel like they could trust you. They feel open to connect with you and feel that. And for the longest, I've never found friends or people that I could really be 100% comfortable with. But when I'm in a car by myself, sometimes it just happens, where I switch and I turn into a different person, or I turn into one of my personalities. And my mom called me and she was like, like, what's going on? Are you okay? Blah, blah, blah. And my mom's like, I don't believe you, blah, 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 blah. Like, you don't have it. And to be honest, like, you wouldn't know if I have it. You know what I mean? My mom wouldn't know if I have it because me and my mom had such a sticky relationship for so long that they're not going to show themselves to her because they don't feel comfortable to show themselves to her. And I think about it in a way of people like, oh, we don't know if you have it. I don't care if you believe me or not. I've been dealing with it for so long. And I feel like people will say what they say, but it's not going to stop the fact of me actually having it. You know what I mean? I've been dealing with it for years, and now I'm really starting to accept it. And accepting something so vast is kind of scary sometimes. People think, oh, you're just making. Why would I do that to myself? Why would I make it up? Why would I put myself through a lot of confusing situations, not remembering where I am sometimes, not understanding the process of what is happening to me. You know what I mean? It's a very scary thing as a kid, and then growing up as an adult, it's even scarier because you have to hold this reputation and you have to hold all these things, and you're not trying to ruin any relationships, but in the same time, it's like you can't help it, you know? But what I'm going to get into in this video is I really wanted to just tell you how I figured out and how I knew that something was wrong, in the sense of, you know, having D.I.D. When I was 9, I told my mom I was hearing voices, and at 9 years old, you're not really thinking, you know, much of it, you know, you're just, you know, something's wrong. So I told my mom, and, you know, she agreed, you know, maybe let's get checked. So I got checked in the hospital, and they basically said that I'm too young to, you know, really be tested for any mental health. Maybe it's like imaginary friends, like, you know, like just keep an eye on it, watch it, and, you know, whatever not. And I got seen by a psychologist, whatever. And through my young years, I was always going to therapy because I had mental health issues, suffered from depression, anxiety, OCD, and stuff like that. And this was at a young age. So, you know, you think about a young age, and I've been through a lot of trauma in my life, if that makes sense. I might make a video about that. I might not make a video. I don't know how I'm feeling. Maybe one day, but let's get back to the video. So I went through a lot of trauma in my life, so I knew that I needed to get checked by a therapist because I had the emotions, especially going through puberty. I had emotions that I couldn't understand why I was feeling the way I was. And so I went through therapy in split sessions, you know, a lot of, you know, off and on therapy. And one point, it just went away. I guess I just saturated it and I pushed it away, and I was just like, yeah, no, I'm good, I'm fine, I'm normal like everybody else, nothing's wrong with me. When I turned to be like a teenager, like 12, 13, that's when I really started getting bad. I started really having episodes, manic episodes, feeling like, you know, I couldn't remember certain things, and it was very foggy. I don't remember a lot of my childhood, but yeah, I remember a lot of it because of trauma. And through that period of time, I was really going through it to the point where I thought I wanted to end my life. And for anybody who has suicidal thoughts or anything, please go see help. Please go talk to somebody. Please, you know, sometimes I even call a hotline if I'm really freaking out, because I know that, you know, taking my life is never the answer. So, but at the time, I felt like I would, you know, wanted to do it, and it was the weirdest thing because I knew that I didn't want to do it, but I had so many things that were telling me to do it, and it wasn't me. And now that I'm realizing it wasn't me, but it was, you know, my personalities, you know, because they didn't come out, you know, they never came out, they never felt like they could come out. So I really didn't know what was happening to me. I remember one day I hid in the closet. I turned all the phones off. I didn't go to school. I hid in the closet for like hours. Like when I tell you hours, I had to be in that closet for like 7-6 hours. No food, no drink. I didn't want anything. I was just in the closet. And I put myself in the closet because I just felt so overwhelmed by everything that I was going through. And then, you know, I started having, you know, different issues, and that was the time where I went in and out of, you know, mental hospitals, and constantly going back and forth and figuring out, you know, what was going on. And I never really got a real answer, maybe because I didn't take it seriously enough, or I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. I was tired of dealing with, you know, me being different, going to therapy 5 times a week, you know. It was very hard on me. And a lot of people don't know, you know, I keep a lot of things, you know, hidden because I don't know how people are going to take it. And, you know, sometimes when you go through so much, you feel like nobody even wants to listen, you know what I mean? But I realize that this is not for anybody to listen. I don't care if anybody listens to this. I just want to know that I got it off my chest. So, you know, I went through all that, you know, all those things. And after the mental health hospitals, and I was on like 8 different medications, I you know, went cold turkey, and I stopped doing it. I stopped taking my medication. And it wasn't because I wanted to, it was because they were making me physically sick, and I was allergic to half of them. So throughout that process of figuring out I was allergic to all of them, or most of them, I realized that my body's really sensitive, and I need to, you know, start understanding how to handle my mental health naturally than being, you know, saturated with drugs and not being able to get off of them. And by the time, you know, I get off of them, my mind is fucked, you know. And so you know, after that, I was in a 4-year relationship, and that's, you know, that's when shit really hit the fan, and when I really started seeing my D.I.D. heightened. And D.I.D is mixed personality disorder, but they don't call it mixed personality disorder anymore. But yeah, and that's when I really started seeing and heightened. I remember me and my ex, she would make me very stressed out a lot. And when people with D.I.D are very stressed, and when we have a lot of stress on us, that's when we start switching more, and we start getting, the protector comes out, Ryan. He gets aggressive, and if, you're in a fight and, he knows how to protect me, he's going to protect me at all costs. And I think that was when I really started to see my D.I.D and heightened, because I was so stressed. I wasn't in a good relationship. The relationship was toxic. I was going through a lot. I was in a negative environment. I wasn't, getting the help I needed. I wasn't, nobody was helping me figure out what was wrong. Me and my mom weren't talking at the time. So a lot of shit was happening, and that stress over time really built up and really started making me really switch a lot. And I wouldn't remember a lot of things I did or was doing. In the case of, I'd be fighting, I'd be arguing, and in the next minute, I'm not remembering anything after the fight. I'm just saying, sorry, what happened? What did I do? And, that's not normal, because even though people black out, it wasn't like a blackout. I don't remember what I did for a span of time. And blackout's only in the moment. So, it really, really got to me. And once I started realizing that there was different people, because they would come out, and my ex would tell me, like, this person came out, this person came out, this person came out. It's not a normal thing, for people to say, oh, this personality came out. So I started to figure out that it was inside trauma. Like, I have a 2-year-old baby in my my head, and one of my personalities, Dakota, and he acts like a baby. He's 2 years old to around 3, and in 2 to 3, that's when I got abused the most. And a lot of people don't know that D.I.D is because you've been through abuse in a faster rate of time, and so what happens is your mind splits into pieces instead of fusing together, and makes separate personalities so they can protect you through things that you don't even realize you need protection from. And I realized that it was a different scenario, because I would act like a baby, and even I asked one of my exes from like my first freshman year. I asked her, I told her, I was like, I have mixed personality disorder, and she was like, I kind of figured, it's kind of, obvious in some forms, in some ways. And when you're in the moment, you don't see it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't see it. And when I told her that, she kind of understood. Everything made sense to her now. You know what I mean? And for me, it kind of, justified that it's not just me that, is seeing it a little bit, but it's other people that are seeing it. Now I'm in a relationship, and he's wonderful with, my D.I.D. He really helps me in understanding what's going on, and if I'm having an episode or if I'm somebody else, he knows exactly who it is, and he's very, nurturing to it, and doesn't neglect me in that sense of saying that, I never, you know what I mean? I don't, understand it. He understands it, and he's really appreciative of me opening up to him. But I just want to, I don't want to make this video too long, but I just want to say, like, a lot of things that I go through aren't things that I'm going through now. You know what I mean? I've been through a lot of shit. Before him, I was in a very crazy household, which was also negative, and it really messed me up, mentally. Just mentally, I didn't know where to put my mind, and with that, it came, to the point where it got really bad, where I was just hiding all the time. And when I try to submerge, like, the personalities, my alters, I get like really bad headaches, or I start to twitch, as you can see, and a lot of people have different ways of doing it, where they just switch. Some people with the ID just switch, and some people have different ways they the personalities come out. But I twitch, because it's kind of like a refresh for them. or whatever. I've always twitched. I've been twitching for, the first time I realized I had to twitch was like around 5 years ago. But I would always like twitch my head when I was young and like blink my eyes really fast or something like that. And I already knew that, something was wrong, but I just wanted to, kind of explain, what was going on in the last video, and, maybe you would understand. But this is the end of the video. I just wanted to say, thank you for whoever watches and, appreciates the videos. I really do try to explain as much as I can, and, I will make more live videos, but I think that this video, needed to be said, and I just wanted, express myself 100%, and I know people are going to judge me, but I don't want the people that, know me to judge me, because at the end of the day, I really don't care. I'll stop talking to you, just because I don't need that negativity, in my life. And I've already been through so much where it's like, I know I need to go to therapy, and I'm going to go to therapy, but I already know that, it's more than what people want it to be, and whether they accept me or not, I don't need everybody to accept me. I just need myself to accept me. So, at the end of the day, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you like this video, or if you like me explaining what was going on or whatever. I know I don't have to explain myself, but I just wanted to give you a little vast summary of why everything is happening. And yeah, peace.